because one of the main problems that the Byzantines had were the Normans.
Well, this is the thing, yeah. So Rome commissioned William the Conqueror to essentially wipe out as many of the British as he could to replace them with these tribes, but it happened all the way back. So
classic genocide.
This is something I've been talking about recently. It's still something I'm investigating, so it's you know, still changing. But we have the Emperor Magnus Maximus. He is a British emperor. Okay, so he's Magnus Maximus. He's born in Britain. He is taken to Spain by some monks, knight monks, who basically have to get him away because his stepmother is crazy and kills his brothers and sisters. So because obviously they have multiple wives, his stepmom wants her son to be the next in line to be king of Britain. So she has all the other brothers and sisters killed. Some monks take him away, and he's raised in Spain. So they try and say that he's like, you know, not from Britain, but he is Magnus Maximus. He's the father of Arthur I. And basically, he rises this massive army in Britain to fight, supposedly, the Romans. But he's the rightful heir to the throne. So he takes this army of British people over with Arthur as his general, and he fights the Emperor Gratian. And then he chases him to Leon after defeating him, and they kill him in Leon. So Gratian dies, and Magnus proclaims himself emperor, but he still has to make his way through the kingdom and do his bit. So he goes, firstly, he attacks Paris, and he actually there's a woman there that was defending it, a lady. She was called like Guinevere, and that's where the Guinevere thing comes from, you know, with Arthur and Guinevere, his supposed wife. Well, he takes Paris, takes a load of Gaul, moves through Switzerland. He has a battle in Switzerland. There's a place there called Arthur's Cat, which is a mistranslation of Cad, which in Welsh means battle. So it's, you know, Battle of Arthur. This is where the Arthur battle. He moved through,
sorry
through
to stop you. Just to pause you for 1 second. Is your computer fast enough to handle Google Earth? And if so, can you pull it up, and can we just take a quick look in Switzerland for a minute? Like,
yeah, we can do. Just 1 sec. So basically, like what Magnus did when he went in, he took the empire back, and the general consensus in the empire was that it was like a positive thing. They were happy Magnus was coming through, and he took over Italy. He took over all of that, and he settled himself. Said, "I'm the emperor," right? But there was still the emperor of the East from Constantinople, who was Theodosius. Now, this is where it gets weird. So Theodosius comes and has a battle in Yugoslavia with Arthur and his dad Magnus. This is where Magnus is killed, because Theodosius brings himself an army that's made up of Scythians, of Huns, Vandals, Goths. They're all the barbarians, right? They then take over, they kill Magnus, and they sweep through Europe, taking over. To me, I'm starting to get the feeling that this is the Scythian takeover of Europe that kind of Fomenko's relating to, because the Emperor Theodosius from Constantinople, which is, you know, Byzantine, you know, like this has just erupted basically and taken over the West. And they battle all the way. They take over everything. And then obviously the British are holding off in Britain. And what do we get? We get the Saxons, the Angles, the Jutes invading. And they are all Scythian tribes. Saxons are literally Caesians, you know, like Caesar, Caesians. And you got the Jutes of Juteland, Angles, and they're all Scythian tribes. The Huns move in. You've got the talk of the Hun the Humber. He comes into Britain, and this is the weirdest thing. They say that of the Humber came into Britain about 12th century BC. Now the Huns don't even appear into Europe until the 3rd century AD. So if you can look up Hun history, they appear from Asia in 3rd century AD. They come into Europe, cause some shit, cause the fall of the Roman Empire, and then they disappear. But for some reason, in the 12th century BC, there is a guy called Humber of the Huns who turns up in Britain, has a fight with one of Brutus's sons, kills one of them, but then gets drowned in a river, and the river gets named after him. And his daughter, his wife, who obviously was left there, turns out was actually the daughter of the King of Germany. She marries a British person, has another child, and that daughter has a river named after her as well, the River Severn, which is named after her. So how the hell have the Huns just appeared in Britain 1400, 1500 years before they even appear in Europe?
Well, that's what,
and then they just disappear again.
That's kind of where I was going with this, because
Cool.
even they talk about Attila the Hun basically conquered all the way into Gaul, which is now modern day France. So then what you just said, again, another Hun married a German princess. During World War I, they referred to the Germans and the Ottomans as the Huns. These people integrated into the society. And in the 12th century and the 11th century, we have records of people all around the world speaking French as the common language, especially in nobility and royalty. So this is long before the standardization of languages. So what I'm trying to say is that the modern French language that we have right now is more than likely not the same French that they were speaking back then, and it could be more related to Welsh. Or there's, for some reason, it seems like for some reason throughout history, you have the ability to say that all these people spoke Celtic. I have the ability to say that all these people spoke French. Other people have the ability to say they spoke Latin. So there's, for some reason, that whole thing going on.
Well, you know what's interesting,
is it just
right?
different? Is it just different people documented differently? Basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Celtic was never used to describe anyone in Britain until 1714. It just suddenly appeared. If you look at the original Roman Empire, right, the proper original, the Etruscan Roman Empire, they're actually called at a certain point of about 100 years after, they're called the Celtiberians. Okay. Celtia was a place in northern Italy, southern Gaul, and they were like, they're descendants of the same groups of people that migrated to Britain. So the Celts in themselves aren't really Celts, because if you go into the Welsh language and look up what the word Celt means, it literally means hide or shelter or covert, a place that you hide, right? They're telling you that we are hiding as Celts because they're the tribes of Israel. They're the Cymry, the Gomri, the Cimmerians, right? So they hide as Celts. So the word Celt in itself is literally telling you the Welsh language is a code. So, for example, the word God, that just appeared. The word God just appeared in the English language. What the Welsh call God is Dŵr or Dŵr Kelly, which means God the deity, right? Every other country, every other nation, they called things that began with a D. The Romans called it Deus. The Vedas called it Deva, right? And we were Dŵr Kelly. God in Welsh means adultery. Okay, God means adultery. Also means incontinence, as in like shitting or pissing yourself. So when they've reworked the English language, they've taken the British. So you've got to remember that the British language in even 900 AD was exactly the same as the Welsh language. Okay, it's been taken off them and anglicized by all these different people. The Welsh is the one that's preserved. That's basically all we've got left. It's the remnants. So God means adultery or shitting yourself. So they've taken our word, durkeli, and they've gone, nah, you pray to God. You pray to shitting yourself. It's funny. We laugh at you. You pray to shitting yourself. It's funny. Right? And that's what they've done. Right? Because if you look up now what the word Kelly means, it'll tell you that Kelly doesn't mean the deity anymore. It means hide. So if you search God, like Dur Kelly, you won't get God the deity, you'll get God hide. And if you search the word God in Welsh, you won't get adultery, you'll get the word code. That's how subtle it is. Yeah, it's there. So you search God now on Google Translate in Welsh, put in God, it'll come up English code. Whereas if you get an 18th century or 19th century Welsh to English dictionary, it'll tell you that God means adultery or incontinence, because they're changing the meanings of these words.
Wow, the inversion and subversion of it. Just like I always bring this one up, Isis was this holy goddess for thousands of years, and then on the flip of a dime becomes this evil terrorist group genociding whole cultures and people.
That could be also because during that time period, people were making the connection between Isis and Mary, and it was becoming mainstream, and they just wanted to distract people, though. I mean, that's obviously a conspiracy
Yeah,
theory.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. For some reason, whatever the powers that be are chose to subvert that one at that point in time.
Julia's having CIA-related Wi-Fi issues, I think.
Yeah, she was lagging. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty
Julia's
much all.
been
She says
doing
she's
some
living.
awesome stuff. I, the very least, bring up the videos she shot from the airplanes going over the Grand Canyon and stuff. Some epic stuff. Like the temples, like one looks
She
like
was
a
in an
giant...
airplane. I thought she was just flying with her wings.
She does both. That's how she knew when to look and where to get. And there was a couple more that she got that looked like giant, epic star fort things on the coast of California, I think it was, in a couple places. It was her most recent video, as well as the 2 giant solar farms that like all beam the light together into one area. It's weird. Like, it was crazy. I'll show it in a little bit. There. When hopefully
I'm
Julie
so
comes
tired.
back.
I don't think she is. She says her Wi-Fi is not working, and her phone's not working,
Julia.
and she's livid.
She's
I know.
livid. And her phone? What? Where is she today? Is she in LA?
But she's home. No, she's home. Yeah.
Like in LA.
Well,
LA's having...
I mean, I don't know where her house is, but I assume so. I saw like 5 Lamborghinis on one of her videos, so
fair.
makes sense.
All right. What were some of the things we were going to go over before Mr. Luke passes out? Oh, Luke, you're going so in depth before we went live, and then now we
Bring up the CIA document.
I guess.
You want me doing?
As long as the CIA doesn't put Luke to sleep. Aha.
I hope the CIA does put me to sleep.
I don't know about that. I say no, just because it's not the sleep they will connect you to is not to God, but like putting down a dog. The wrong way, right?
Is there a wrong way to be put down?
Yeah, you want to ascend, not descend, and you want to try to preserve.
I just want to rest. That's all I want. No one to bother me for a few million years.
Well, like why did all the ancients put so much effort and energy into preserving themselves? And it seems the further back you go in these tombs and pyramids that some have them with, I don't even know if they're in pyramids. It was claimed in China, the mercury filled queen or whatever that still had like flesh on her. There's the videos I played recently of what were claimed to be the Sumerian, the Anunnaki what's the other ones? Well, the half ones. Anyway, the demigods. But they were like still in flesh and like looked perfectly preserved. And then you get to like the mummified in Egypt and the mummified throughout. And then you have like in the Buddhist monks that get encased in gold and mummified in pure gold. Do they, if you get put down, do you preserve yourself and somehow live on and come back? Maybe, who knows?
You know what I will say, mate? The richest people have the best tombs, right? Which means they want to keep you out because they just want to sleep, just like I said, right? If I'm gonna go sleep, I want to make sure nobody wakes me up. I'm gonna be like, I want 5-foot reinforced iron walls, okay? And I want a bomb that goes off if anyone sets foot in here.
right? And
There's
tramp
nothing,
some spiked
Yeah, for
pits,
real.
like a rolling wall, like, crush them.
The last thing you want is to be sat there in the afterlife and suddenly be dragged back down to earth by some Indiana Jones motherfucker.
Yeah, right. And so, like, in some senses, I've often thought, like, of the real respecting of, like, ancestral rights of what you don't disturb and dig up the dead and whatever their grave goods, whereas, like, you're robbing them of, like, their eternal swords and all these crazy different burial goods that you see with them, that lots of them seem like higher tech than what we had or have or understand with some of it, or just why they put so much into it. Just the gold, the jewels, and the killing. Anyways.
So what's this CIA document all about?
Yeah, Luke, come on.
No, what? You want me to explain? I'm rolling.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
It starts out, Luke tasked himself to provide an assessment of the gateway experience in terms of its mechanics and ultimate
just so everyone knows, I signed up to this stream 3 hours ago, so that's not my fault. I'm dead.
You are alive and living, and we're keeping
my heart beats, but my brain begs for the merciful silence of the dark.
Well, that's okay. But I thought you burned with light because you thought you were Lucifer and you thought Lucifer was Jesus and all of that stuff.
Oh, mate.
Is that
he's fucking still needs to sleep, doesn't he?
Oh no, you got to power through it. That's what I'm saying. A breakthrough, and that's bringing back this topic.
Everyone's always asking who is Lucifer. No one's ever asking how is Lucifer.
How is Lucifer?
How is Lucifer? Who is
fucking
Lucifer?
Knackered? Exactly, knackered, mate.
I mean, up all weekend.
Knackered? I've got to do things.
He's just had so much winning in this degenerate society. He is all tired out. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, this is how bad it's got. Right, my wings. I've got 2 feathers left. That's it. Okay, this was a full set of wings last week. That is stress.
Right?
Why is it like distorted?
Because I've got the Streamyard blur setting on, and it doesn't know what anything is other than a human. It's just like blur.
See, in the middle there.
Oh wait, no, it gets that. Oh, it understands that.
Just doesn't it gets your 1664.
It's a Cronenberg.
2 years before Sabotage Zebby.
2 feathers. There's the owl, full of. Oh, we got Ezra. Welcome, Sarah. Mindful exposures, but that's a full owl full of feathers.
Hello.
Is this the person that made your 5-minute video, your 5-minute intro?
No, I don't know.
No, I did the shorter one.
I was gonna say somebody needs punishing for that 5-minute video.
I like it. Whatever.
Little whip action.
Yeah. So
I'm sure the video will start soon.
And sweet, actually.
My grandkids will be so proud to see this.
Do I have it on this one?
That's literally me after waiting that 5 minutes.
Okay. Well,
no matter
the space-time continuum didn't even exist until you made that video.
Time
itself was created with that.
Okay, Luke, I'm working on it. Give me a little time because it takes a lot of time to fix that mess, with the kind of work I'm doing. So just kidding. Bernie, did you hear that audio I made you for your next video? The background audio?
I need to freaking do that. I keep forgetting. Which email?
Okay, I think you'll love it.
Okay. Which did you send it to me over?
On email. Do you want me to send it again? Because it's probably buried.
Yes, please. That
Okay.
is a huge problem. I hate the freaking burying of the messages and the emails.
It's all good. It doesn't
But
help
yes,
that I sent you like
Esperatus
3 things.
epic intros. But I was trying to look for it and bring it up, but it's not on this StreamYard account. It's on the other one. So I will have to reload it before it's all done. And the little weekend at Bernie's, it's pretty epic. And the other computer has the new Crypto Alchemist design you've done. All right, so should we quickly play Mr. Luke before we lose you and you fall asleep completely? Congratulations on your 15,000 YouTube subscribers. Wow.
Yeah,
pretty
congrats.
epic. And the stream that you did showing off all of your recent exploring that you did at some sites there.
Yeah, I did those things, and that happened.
You got the evidence of it. That's why I'm bringing it up, right? You can be asleep, but we still have you in full exploration on the UK Isles, right? Look at that technology. Oh, you're done the beers, so now you're on to the
realistic. Yeah. 15,000 subscribers, absolutely buzzing. It was great. Fucking, how do you stop swearing? When I'm tired, the words I can't manufacture just get replaced by the F word. As my brain slows down, that word just becomes my favorite tool. Oh God, there's 2 of me. What's going on?
Does your accent change a little bit?
Different.
Like Wales?
Yeah, my accent. Yeah, no, my accent gets more chavvy. I don't know if you know what that word means. I get more street as I get tired. As I fall asleep, I'm like, "Yo, just leave me alone." Innit?
Hey.
But
hello.
Oh, your internet looks like it's working.
Is it? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
oh my God, you're in real time.
You fixed it.
I fixed
Or
right
it fixed
before I
itself.
fall asleep as well.
The copper
God.
scrolls. Not familiar with them.
Oh, is Luke rubbing his eyes?
I'm just
The
dying.
comment that you're seeing there, Shem?
Oh yeah, I was reading something from Old
Face
World
fading.
Micmac. He said, "Look into the copper scrolls is one of the Dead Sea Scrolls."
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, I've just replied to someone in the comments. I've not sworn in one of my videos for like a month, 2 months, maybe more, and I'm actually really proud of that. On live streams all the fucking time, but in my actual videos, managed it. So
Did you guys
that's
see
growth.
what they said the Dead Sea Scrolls that it said
We can all change.
Noah's Ark was in the shape of a pyramid?
No, no's in that.
I've heard of that. I've not seen the actual reference to it. And
Well, that's weird, isn't it? Because the Ark of the Covenant came from the pyramids.
Different Dead Sea Scrolls. Like there was one that was different than all the others, but the main collection of them tells a completely different historical, biblical account and whatnot. And then there's another different scroll collection of a different language, time, and technology that was in with the rest of them that tells a whole third different complete chronology and history with Jesus and stuff. I believe it's quite fascinating stuff. But I've heard of a couple people saying the Ark was pyramid shapes.
I'm looking it up right now. See if I can find the scroll.
Well, I was going to say that, the Ark of the Covenant supposedly came from the pyramids, so I just thought that was a weird connection, Ark of the Covenant was inside 100%. A pyramid, and the Ark is shaped like a pyramid. It's connection.
The Ark was like the supercapacitor of it.
I am so tired. Jesus,
Lucifer, Luke. My goodness. Be the light, not the dark, Luke. You can
Did you
sleep.
talk about how you went to Jesus's tomb? Did you guys already talk about that?
We have not
No,
yet.
we're not
Thank
talking
you
about
for
that.
bringing that up.
Yeah, show off your stone.
Oh, my stones are over there. You want me to get my stones out on stream? All right,
Yeah,
hold
get
on.
your stones up, bro.
So-
Get the stones.
So our group gets
Let's
these
see Luke's
on the
stones.
rock.
Come on.
You want me to get my rocks out? All right.
Not your
I
rocks
must warn
off,
you.
just the
They are
rock
pretty
stones
hard.
from Jesus's supposed tomb in the United Kingdom. And this
Well,
is
they're
why
over
we
there.
circled
So, I
back
mean,
to the
I
original
could describe
disclaimer.
them to you.
Okay,
But I'll get them when I finish this because I'm busy.
that's fair. More than fair.
Mm.
By all means,
It's
smoke.
do
time to
think
get
we, like-
stoned. Get the stones while you get stoned.
Exactly.
So
Gotta get stoned the original way before we do it the old Middle Eastern way.
That's after
Middle
the
Eastern
stream.
one.
I'll stone you. I'll stone you for you.
Oh dear. I'll sling
Oh,
you
that
with
sounds,
the stone. Then
That was
it's
pretty
game
naughty,
time.
actually. Yeah. After the streams when the stonings happen. Mm.
Jesus.
It's the after
Yeah,
hours
that's
stone.
shaped like a pyramid. Yes.
The 2,000-year-old
Yeah, oh,
stuff.
look at this. Nice. Oh, ancient origins. I love lots of good articles and sites on different alternative history or real history reports on ancient. What is it? Ancient origins, right?
The Nicodemus.
So, Shem, what do you
Gospel
think
is
about
in
Greek
this world, isn't
mythology
it?
then, since your
That's used as a
flamenco
reference in-
stuff?
Jesus.
Did you hear that,
What
Shem?
do you mean? What I think about it? I just think it's there. It describes a lot of.
Like,
Huh?
no, as in, like, what do you think about
What?
the dating of like ancient Greece?
Oh, I don't know.
Like,
I haven't read anything from Flamenco that talks really about that, besides some charts that make some connections between
Okay.
Macedonia being in a different century than what it was in. But
So, like, a lot of what my
I forget who
research has
he
been going into
correlated
recently is
Alexander the Great with.
that, like, I think, like, the Greek language as we see it is like a modernized version. They didn't use that. They used something similar to like Etruscan, most likely.
that's
Well, one thing that's interesting to me about the Greeks is that, according to mainstream history, at least, the Romans and the Greeks both called each other barbarians, which doesn't make any sense because if you think about what they say the Byzantine Empire was the Greek version of the Roman Empire, and they worked together with the Western Latin Roman Empire. So why would they be calling each other barbarians? And obviously, they're both building technological cities and having, like, for example, Constantinople has those walls, glorious architecture all the way in the past. Like, they would always differentiate between the Latins and the Greeks, and people in the Byzantine Empire would get offended when they were called Greeks as opposed to just being called Romans. So I don't know if that has any connection with anything, but I just always thought that was interesting.
Don't forget, we've got a Gothic architecture that takes over Europe for a period. I think that's in relation to like who's in control, because Saxe Gotha Coburg, the Gothas. We talked about this as well, didn't we? With the Coburg thing being Maurice, the Egyptian. Do you remember that thing I sent you with the coat of arms of Coburg being the Maurice, the black guy, that was supposedly an Egyptian martyr? Christian?
I don't remember all the details just because I've been looking into so much stuff, but I do remember you sending it to me.
Yeah,
But
it's the one where like the dude's literally like full on an a German tribe. Their coat of arms is, well, German city. Their coat of arms is an African guy.
I remember that.
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah. On the actual coat of arms, yeah, that's a trend in different places throughout Europe. Even to this day, they still have those, like in the islands around
Well,
Italy.
it's like, I was talking about Etruscan. They found there's something called the Zagreb mummy. So it's kept in Croatia, I think. And the shroud on that mummy, so dated to about 4th century BC, and that's covered in Etruscan. So I think it was purchased in Alexandria. So it's from somewhere around there, which means 4th century BC. Alexandria is probably using the Etruscan language, which fits perfectly with the fact that that's Cymric, the Welsh. The hieroglyphs are Welsh. The Etruscan, same as Pelasgian, is this one language that's moved from basically Egypt, Asia Minor, to Britain, Italy, etc. The Romans used it. So if you get the foundation stone of Rome, they've got Etruscan written on there. Okay, so on the actual, original, the stone, that's got Etruscan written on it. And this is the original Roman. They seem to be taken over shortly after. And that's where it all starts going weird.
Can you write the name of the that original Roman's tablet or stone or whatnot that has that, so we can look it up? Or do you have a picture of it?
Yeah. But one thing you want to look at is
Perusinus. Is that what it's called?
One sec, wait. Look up that.
Well, yeah, the history of the Roman Empire is just sketchy in general. I mean, they have like the debate about it being founded by Romulus and Remus, and then apparently Romulus kills his brother after they have like a competition to name the city or something. Or
yeah, well, this is the thing, right? If you actually look at it, they happen about 200 years, I think, after when it's actually founded. So it's founded by an Etrurian bloke. Can't remember his name off the top of my head, but it's founded by Etrurian. He built a stone city. And it's the weird thing. They talk about Romulus and Remus building a wooden city, which is why it's weird that this guy that came before built a stone city and they built a wooden city. So if you look at the Zagreb mummy that I talked about, that's covered in this Etruscan language. So Etruscan is Etrurian. The Etruria region is in Italy. It's founded about 650 BC, maybe a bit earlier. But obviously it's found on an Egyptian mummy. So it's the same language found in Italy and in Egypt from the same period, which means they were both using this same language. So whether that means it's an Egyptian empire and it's come from, but then as well, what you got to remember is Egypt, especially the northern coast, it would have been considered part of the region known as the Barbary Coast, barbarians. There's areas of Egypt even till like the 1800s referred to as like Barbaria. So maybe we're looking at things the wrong way and it's like an Egyptian thing. Another thing to add to that would be that Ramesses II, his mummy is a white ginger person. So one of the biggest pharaohs of Egypt was a white ginger dude.
Yeah, but also with an elongated skull and possible second row of teeth, right?
Well, he also had cocaine in his stomach, so
yeah, lots of them did. I think it proves or points towards just this constant worldwide mixed, like every civilization is just a lot older than we believe we are. We've all existed for a lot longer, and that essentially it was a lot of just coexistence, and that the multicultural like it is now. And then maybe these catastrophes happen, which then for periods of time isolate everybody again, and then it makes it local for a little bit. You get devolve back into chaos, destroy yourselves, localize your slang, your language. It gets more rudimentary, and then you connect back again, sort of thing. And it's probably happened a couple of times or a few times throughout history.
If you look up, well, one thing I'm thinking, which it's completely out there, is that it's possible that maybe there was a common language between these cultures, but they had their own alphabets for whatever reason. Maybe it's based on the region, because if you look up, for example, the history of alphabets, they seem to all stem from the Phoenician writing system, right? Which is like a Semitic writing system, which also ties back to potentially the whole story of the flood and the beginning of modern civilization. But when you look at certain writing texts like Mongolian or the Chinese characters, it doesn't say on that they specifically come from the Phoenician alphabet, but when you look up the Phoenician alphabet, it says that it's the parent of those. alphabet. So it's like they're trying to keep it separate, but then they also admit that they are the same alphabet. If that makes any sense.
Oh,
It's
Have we
really,
lost
it's really
Julia?
strange.
Is she gone?
Julia's still there. Look, she's just saving
She's
bandwidth.
hiding, saving the energy.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here. I just got some coffee.
The
Coffee.
girl.
So yeah, I'll see if I can find an
Coffee.
example of what I'm talking about with that real
Yeah,
quick.
please do. And Shem, is there any way you can like turn up your mic maybe 50% or something like
Yeah, I'm
that?
just using
The
these,
low
I'm just using these iPhone headphones. I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
Mario is quiet.
Let's see if there's a way
Hey,
to do
he'll
it.
shoot some fireballs at you. Luke's too busy eating the red and green mushrooms. I could go for
Mate,
some
I'm
blue mushrooms.
90% of my energy is focusing on keeping my eyes open.
Well, as
don't know.
soon as
I'm
you
just here
close
for
them,
Julia, really.
I
That's
know
it.
she came at the perfect time to get you here for another like hour or two, and it's like
She spent like 50 minutes doing her makeup when she's beautiful anyway, but you know, it is what it
right.
is.
I agree. Pretty much all women think like that. Spend so much time doing the makeup, but you're all naturally beautiful. Same with you, Sarah.
Thank you. It's so sweet. I don't wear makeup, but it's okay.
Well, see right there, right? Natural beauty. But it's like I have to wear glasses because I should have makeup because the camera just makes you look like you have black around your eyes.
No. You age very well. Actually, Bernie, when I first met you, I thought you were quite a bit younger than you are.
Well,
Come to find out, we're like the same age. So there you go.
Yeah, believe it or not, BurnEye is actually 76.
Impressive.
News to me. Oh, sorry, Shem.
Right? Yeah.
He's Benjamin
Oh,
Button.
Can you hear me better? I'm just gonna hold the microphone close to my mouth.
Absolutely, we can.
Okay. So this is just one example of what I'm talking about here. So this is just Wikipedia, but still, it says right here that the child systems of the Phoenician alphabet, it lists these ones here. So notice something is missing here. What's missing? The Mongolian script, which is a main script of the Asian alphabet, which ties back to the Tartars. Parent systems, Phoenician alphabet. So for some reason, they just don't, in a lot of instances, they don't make this connection. But there's research, I think during one of our last streams, I pulled up the research that was going into connecting the languages originating from the whole Mongolian region.
Have you looked into Vincan at all?
Into what?
Vincan? Vincan?
No.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. What is it? A language?
Yeah. It's an ancient language. Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I'm pretty new to the whole language thing. Once I was looking into the origins of the Tartars, like I was following the migration.
Yeah, like the Siberians, like the symbol
I feel like Vincan
predates to the Turkic
predates.
language. It was in that video, Shem.
Yeah, I was just tracing because the Tartars, the Mongolians, whatever, originally they're documented as coming from basically Palestine and the Levant area. Then they migrated to the east towards the Asian area, and then for some reason they migrated back towards the Levant later on and split off into the Turkic and different types of people. So while researching into that, I came across a study that was just showing the connection between the Korean language, the Mongolian language, Chinese, Japanese, and what was the other one? I can't remember the other one off the top of my head right now, but yeah, it was just blowing me away because it was just done by a lot of people who were associated with the university, so it was mainstream and well researched. Called the Vincan language. Yeah, I'm looking it up.
Vin. Yeah,
Oh,
look it up right
okay.
now. Vincan.
Okay.
Right, like the ginger topic, though. Sorry to interrupt, but just thinking of like South Park and how they try to sell you don't have a soul if you're a ginger. Like,
I thought about that before too, actually.
How do you guys feel about ginger?
That's weird though, because like all the godly stuff has them as ginger, right? So the other thing that South Park takes the piss out of is Jews. So like I obviously
bag of
as a
gold?
kid, all right, as a kid, I used to find that absolutely hilarious. So like when I started looking into all like stuff and realizing that British people were like, you know, with the tribes of Israel, I was like, oh no, I'm a Jew. And then and then I thought like, fuck, what if I'm ginger as well? And then it turned out that like, you know, all these people like Ramesses II were ginger. And it just like flipped my world upside down. I was like, maybe we've been taught to hate the things that, you know, are godly.
Well, that's the whole thing, is that people want to blame the
pale
Jews for
ginger
every single
people
thing,
are the
but
gods. That's what it is. Pale ginger people are the gods. Never saw it coming.
With elongated skulls.
Well, all
Or-
right, mate. Don't be racist.
One of no, not at all, right? Oh dear.
Wow, they even have the swastika in this language. It's
To be fair, actually, no,
3,500
you got to
years
remember,
old.
actually, only two tribes of Israel were Jewish, the tribes of Judah. All the others were the, well, this thing, they call them the 10 tribes, even though there was like fucking hundreds. I've made that connection in my shows for the 10 tribes might actually mean something different. And what's very interesting is in ancient Wales, there's a tribe called the Detchi Angli, and they're nothing to do with the Anglos, like, well, supposedly they're from near Anglesey. So the Detchi Angli, which Detchi is 10, so it's like the 10 Angli. So I've made that connection before with the Tengri, you know, sky god Tenduk. So there's, you know, something there. Now you guys say something.
Well,
What did you find? You said the swastika is in the beacon?
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I didn't mention a swastika, but
it's right here. It's one of the letters apparently. Pretty
I
interesting.
feel like
So
it's
but yeah,
pretty
you
big.
know
Celestial
that
3,500 years
swastika
old.
appears on a load of
related to
ancient
the
Welsh shit as
Vikings?
well.
What does it mean in the Welsh language?
No, it just appears on a lot of old Welsh stuff. The inscriptions, you know, like carved in.
The petroglyphs, there's like 36 main symbols or something like that around the world in like the 40 to I think 10,000 year gap or span that they claim, and they claim that it's like either human and or Neanderthal that do the specific ones, and it's like they are also sort of sacred geometry symbols, and they seem like it's almost like this energy symbol language that's emerging out of it.
Well, I'm sure you guys have seen the screenshots where they've compared like the Mayan and the Egyptian hieroglyphs and the ones out of Asia. I'm trying to find, I should have a clip of it somewhere, but there's quite a bit of similarity.
Yeah,
Right?
hopefully you
I'm
find
like
it.
everywhere. Language of the birds, Aaron Corbett says. Absolutely.
Andrew Tate presents.
Ooh, we have the sleeping prophet, Brother Luke, with us. Luke,
He's
stay
like,
on
"Top
camera,
G."
but you can have your eyes closed. It's all good.
And the
I'm dying.
clinical sleep physician would tell, or I'm not a physician, sorry, practitioner, not a doctor, would tell you to just go get some sleep and love it.
Or,
I'm getting
or
sleepy
you can
chest pains.
push through and stay up a
Sleepy
second
chest
day and
pain.
start seeing auras a little bit more, and start seeing
We could do experiments.
hearing the whispers and the energy flow of Guy. You know, you get that little bit of that metaphysical, almost psychedelic connection to source, but it's by doing it without the need of drugs, just staying up soberly. If you're able to,
Yeah, no, I'm all right. Julia keeps sending me psychic nudes, so
Jesus.
Well, can we hear about this?
You have to do it psychically.
Wow.
Right?
If
Through
you
the
tune into
ether.
the signal, you'll get them
Yeah,
too.
you realize that it took me just like, yeah, I didn't catch that right away.
Yeah, I mean, we can end this if you want to, because I have to record some stuff anyway. So
Yeah, fair enough. Before we do go, I would like to show. Here we go. I think HulieJulia, and Mindful Exposures, and Shem. I should show all of you guys on Instagram, as you all have great work on there as well. Let's see if I can pull this off.
Say Mindful Explosions.
Who in the what now?
Wait, how did you say that?
I heard Mindful Explosions. Yeah.
Is it because of the S-Ra?
Wait, what is it? Mindful what?
It's Mindful Exposures.
Oh, okay, yeah. Not
right
what I heard then. Good, yeah.
We'll go with the first one.
When you tune in, you get Mindful Explosions.
Sign up to Mindful's Explosions. Next week on Mindful's Explosions.
You should do a plug in your voice to watch Mindful Explosions.
I can do that. I can
tune in next week to see Mindful's Explosions, yeah?
Okay, can you please record that and send that to me?
It is
this week on Mindful's Explosions. Hitler wears his new suit with his new mustache.
This is
Hitler, you look so good. Oh, yeah, look. Oh, Hitler, his hair is a beautiful stash, there's the medals on, you know. He's so fashionable, you know.
Luke, guess what my last name is? Well, what
Mindful.
No, Schaffhausen.
Hitler.
Oh,
okay.
Very different. House of Sheep.
Oh, okay. You could be Welsh.
It's German. It's like right on the border of German and Switzerland.
Oh no, just because the Welsh love their sheep. So House of Sheep,
yeah.
that'd fit right in.
It
was the house shop.
We need more accents and voices. All right, 45 minutes of Stewie, Brian Griffin, and everything else in between.
You should read the tablets.
It's 1880. You can do whatever you want.
In the voices, read ancient scripture in your different voices. I would listen every day.
You know what? I would read scripture as David Attenborough. I would do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh please,
that'd be a hit.
Please give me scripture. What scripture should I read? I feel like
read the ones you sent me earlier.
His voice reminds me of the Hitler from Jojo Rabbit Hour. I was so confused. I was like, "What? Do I just sound like Hitler?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I was doing the accent." No, but someone give me some scripture.
Some Enoch. Read some Enoch.
Sherry, I missed the comment.
I don't know, like fucking the alpha male decided to flood the planet, but Noah built an ark. I don't know. You gotta give me scripture. Well, I'm too tired to think of it and say it.
Read the ones you sent me earlier. Go to our message.
Oh no, we need better scripture than that. We need something funny.
He's like,
where are the funny ones? Because you know what? Right? Have you guys ever heard the where is it? Who is it that does this? I want to say Elisha, where somebody calls him bald, so he curses them, and a bear eats like 42 kids. It's amazing, right? Let me find this.
You could read the Jesuit.
That by David Attenborough is gonna be epic, and I will.
I think I might have found it. Wait, one sec. I think I found it.
Especially because I had my third bear encounter 15 days after that live stream.
I've got it. I've got it right. This is reasonable God. This is reasonable God. Okay. From there, Elisha went up to Bethel. As he was walking along the road, some boys came out of the town and jeered at him. "Get out of here, Baldy," they said. "Get out of here, Baldy. You are bald. You have no hair." He turned around and looked at them and called down a curse on them in the name of the Lord. Then 2 bears came out of the woods and mauled 42 of the boys to death. like how what that the message is like, you know, if kids insult you, bears will kill them. Old Testament God didn't fuck
like
about.
Man,
You know, Old Testament God is clearly just sat in heaven, you know, and then he gets a message from Elijah like, yo, these guys are taking the piss. And he's like, oh, sorry, bears. You know? But that's the message.
Reading in the old text, you sometimes get those questionable moments where it seems very human. The reactions are very human, not godlike.
I love as well how it was like specifically baldy. The guy that was writing this was clearly bald, wasn't he? And he was like, yeah, you better not take the piss out of bald people anymore. See what happens when you do that.
Ridiculous.
So God is bald?
I'll imagine if that's what it is. God is bald. Like he can control everything, but he can't control his own follicles.
He still has a stash, though. He's bald with a stash.
God is Hitler.
Okay, what am I doing here? We wanted to play this one. All right, I do have this. HulieJulia's latest flight. What?
Wait, what am I supposed to say? There's some people that can't.
Live reaction to Julia's.
Do some Monty Python. Oh, I was doing Monty Python earlier, but not as an actual Monty Python. It was just like actually referencing the whole like, I'm not the Messiah. It's like, he's the Messiah. I'm not the Messiah. I swear I'm not. It's like, only the Messiah would be so humble.
So ridiculous. You sound like fucking peep shit.
Yeah, it was flying, and then those caught my eye, and that's what. Yeah, look at that. That's right at the Grand Canyon. That's Marble Canyon, actually, right there, and then that is the Grand Canyon.
Right, like Marble Canyon, part of it.
Marble Canyon is where they found is where the Smithsonian found or where J.E. Kincaid found that stuff.
That's really okay.
Mm-hmm. By the
I think we need to be asking how the hell Julia got like 50,000 feet in the
air.
What secrets
what
are you
is
hiding?
This giant black
look at
cube
that
coming out of the ground? Like seriously,
the next Mecca.
Like seriously, what the like is that?
Someone in the comments is describing a Super Saiyan Hitler. I swear.
The size of that. Where is this?
That I think is in Utah. I think that was Utah.
Yeah, that's insane. I wonder what the coordinates for that are. I would love to see more about that.
Like what the actual fuck? And
yeah, everyone get on Google Maps and help us find that.
And then this stuff,
and then with the distinctive rivers around it, that blew my mind. I wanted to be like, turn around! I need another view.
Like, look at this stuff. Look how Star 40 this is. Look at that. That's
you
Star
don't 40. Need to go home. We need to look at this.
Look at all of this. Like, this blew my mind, and this is right across from the giant cube.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's at a big horseshoe too, in the bend in the Colorado River.
I might get my pilot's license. I might start to get my pilot's license next year. I'll probably get a ton of footage after that, but that takes a while.
Do you guys want to see my outfit that I wore on my Wales trip? I look
my neighbor
has YMCA. Wait, I'll hit you up with this.
How long did it take him? How long did it take your neighbor to get it?
So not long. I actually got to go on his first flight, and he was really good. Actually, it was very impressive. So
how am I doing?
He got through to the first part till I think it was like less than 6 months.
There we go.
Oh wow!
You should do it. It was way fun too, and I was in a Cessna, and I didn't get nauseated. It was great.
So that is how you get into all the sites that have fences.
Do we need to call the rest of the village people? What's happening? I have the denim.
This was my cave exploring outfit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where's your
So I did.
headlamp? You just belong.
So I just got you. Oh, I didn't have a headlamp. No, because I had a safety hat on. It's downstairs.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was in a cave. I was in a cave, right? And I got a safety hat, and I've got a video where it's like there's a good 5 times in it where you hear me just go dunk, fuck, right? And each time I was like, that's what the helmet's for, because I would have just been bleeding everywhere. Like, genuinely, by the end of that trip, I would have just been like concussed on the floor in my own blood for the helmet. You know?
What cave did you go to? Where'd you go to the cave?
I went to the cave where Arthur's body was buried for a few years.
What?
Yeah, it was really fucking cool. Yeah. But we went on like the hottest day ever, and like I was like, the woods will be cooler. The woods were not cooler. The woods were hotter. It was like I'd entered the jungle. And we had to like climb over all this stuff. About halfway through, I just had to like take most of my clothes off and just pray to God that he'd just kill me. But then we made it to the cave, and the cave was so cold that I was just like, oh, I didn't want to leave it. You know what I mean? Like that. I've never experienced this before, but I felt like, you know, original humans, where it was like I walked outside the cave, was like, fuck that, went straight back in. And yeah, it's
wonderful.
Yeah, it was nice. I felt like I was in. If anyone's played the game that's called Ark, I was in Ark. Literally, I was in the cave. Like, this is cool. And then I walked outside and instantly started just dehydrating. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna live in the cave for a bit. But
Lucius Artorius Castus.
Yeah, make sure you guys sign up to Mind Fura's explosions. Yeah.
We gotta watch this again. Like,
I'm
this
definitely
nuts. Look at that. Yes,
I'm gonna remain dressed as the village people. Oh, you know what was actually really fun, right? At one point, I took a picture on my trips of this load of lambs in the distance, and I turned to my mate and I was like, "They're staring!" Like, 'cause I zoomed in, I was like, "The lamb's staring right at me as if it can see me," and he was like, "You're wearing a high vis jacket." You know, I was like using this camera, literally thinking like, how is this goat looking directly at me? I'm like, you're a fucking big glowing object, like walking through the woods.
That weed hits different.
But yeah,
you're just starting to be aware now that they're speaking to you. That's what happens.
Exactly. You gotta be flashy to attract them, and when you walk through the forest.
No, to be honest, right, sheep depress me, mate, right? Because you can see them and they'll just be eating grass, and then you can walk to the top of a hill, and at the top of the hill you're like dying and you fall on the floor and you turn to your left and that same sheep will have just be eating grass. Like, hey buddy, fancy seeing you here.
But seriously, what is that? That looks
okay,
like
I'm trying to find that. I'm trying to find that bed right there.
Lazy Elkman says it's Lake Powell.
Someone says it's Lake Powell. Yeah.
Is it in Lake Powell or is it just outside? Because
I don't think so. I don't think that's Lake Powell, because I was leaving and I was in the plane for a couple hours.
Well, it looks like
point, and I was going to the Midwest. I don't think that's Lake Powell.
Oh, down here.
Run out of beer.
Oh. I found some other interesting looking geo stuff here. That's the technical term.
Could be Lake Powell, but then what the hell is that? And was it
because
previously
look at how
covered by Lake Powell when there was more water?
You're headed towards the Midwest. We'll see if you go past Lake Powell. You mean Lake Mead?
Lake Mead.
That's headed towards Grand Canyon.
We were past that because I had been in the plane for over an hour.
Well, you said it was in
left.
Utah, and Lake Powell's in Utah by the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument.
I thought Lake Powell was by Arizona.
Wow. I just finished my beer. I've got on left.
I'm guessing like
I thought Lake Powell was right by Grand Canyon, like a little south of Grand Canyon.
I'm looking at a map here. I'm not familiar with it, but when I typed it in, I'm getting
Who
taken
turned on
to,
music?
I don't know, but I'm getting results for a mixture between Arizona and Utah. Most of it is in Utah. The water that's connected to Lake Powell, at least, by the Grand Staircase Escalante Monument. So I'll share my screen real quick and maybe because it looks.
Show because I'm looking at this Indian Hill area on the border of Arizona, Nevada, which has some really interesting, like seriously looking star fort type stuff going on over here.
Right? Like that's some crazy stuff. You
start zooming in. Yeah, it's got the little distinct, like all over, like this. Like
so, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It does look like it. So it's in between the northern border of Utah and Arizona. It could be potentially this waterway. Maybe we could look in that direction to try to find that black cube. Can you play the video from the beginning?
I'm getting Lake Powell confused with the one in Arizona. Then the one right outside of the Grand Canyon.
Is there any crocodiles in that?
Can you share your Instagram in the chat so I can view the video and try to find this in my spare time? What's your Instagram?
Yeah, it's my name right here, HulieJulia's. It's like Hallelujah, but HulieJulia's.
All right, I'm gonna follow you. Check it out.
Okay. Yeah, you guys, let me know if you get some coordinates.
So if you can find the possible areas, you can find that cube.
That is huge, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's freaking nuts. And then how
you see this sand around it?
I'll go there. I'm like itching to jump in the car in 2 seconds. Well, I have to house sit again, but then after that.
I'm gonna pause it one more time
Marble
on this cube,
Canyon.
I'm willing to sail there if someone buys a boat.
It looks like it's by a bend in the river.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good point.
That's what I was saying.
So there's like one by Bullfrog, Glen Canyon National Recreation Area. Yeah, I need to open up Google Maps, but pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I wish I had the real Google Map or Google Earth, but it is what it is.
Oh yeah. Why am I on Google Maps?
Yeah, Google Earth, right? That's why they do it. Try to mess it up. Yeah, oh sorry. The Dutch stream that was scheduled for today, I can't get access to reschedule it. It is not happening, obviously, as we're doing this stream and not that. Hopefully it does happen soon.
So Lazy Elkman just sent me a screenshot on Instagram. Unfortunately, my Instagram messages aren't loading on this app, so I can't share it, but he did find it, and it looks like it's just a mountain or something, so maybe it was the shadow in the video that made it look like it was a black cube. I'll see if I can pull it up.
Really?
Oh, I think I know what that is.
I see it now. Yeah, okay. Okay, it's not actually a cube. I got it.
In the Monument Valley area, right?
It looks like it's by NMS
I was looking away.
If you're looking at Google Earth, you could check out NMS Beach. Maybe we could view it on the stream. I can't pull up Google Earth. It's not working. I'm trying to, but it's taking forever.
What is it, a farm or something?
It looks like it's just a
giant ass
pretty cool mountain. Maybe it looks like one of those trees that people talk about.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Could be. Right, that is a prime example of what they do claim and what would be like it. Whatever it is, it's so out of place. Like it, I just don't see how that's natural. Like
y'all ever met talk about the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
Look at all this stepped terrorist stuff. Like
that at the beginning of the video, though, whatever that.
The video is actually so clear, like surprisingly clear, isn't it?
Yeah.
The crazy quote unquote solar panel farms.
Yeah, it's like extremely shiny, and it has the circle with the square paths around it. Yeah, I don't know why it's not letting me open my messages on Instagram for some reason.
Wait, is the one you found, Shem, is that by Littlefield?
I didn't find it. Elkman did. I'm trying to pull it up right now. It says it's by NMS Beach. The coordinates are 370220 north, 1111755 west. I think
Okay,
I finally got it
apologize
open.
because I totally missed that, but let me find it in the chat.
It's all good. It's all good.
What,
I got my
NMS?
messages to open. I'm
not
about to
as
show it on
fast.
the screen
I mean,
right
I
now.
can be quick, but is it in your chat, Shem? Because I am in your.
Yeah, it's like
sorry.
in my private Instagram DMs. I'm pulling it up right now.
Oh, thank you. Because I don't have.
Oops, my bad.
Here, I can share my Google Earth if you want me to.
Yeah.
So this.
Mm.
Those are the coordinates if you want to type them in real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Give me 2 seconds. I can pull
Shout
this
out
up.
Elkman. Good job finding this.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Hold on.
you got to do.
Get my old lady eyes. Let's see this. Yeah. Okay.
I can read it to you slowly. Just let me know when you're ready.
37.
0220 north, 1111755 west.
I don't know if I have to put the you'll find it. Oh no, I have
Sorry
to
about
put
that. This one. And
yeah. Wait, go back. I think it's like this, right?
This one.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how you put the coordinates in again. I can't remember if you do the quotes. It's been a while. I look sad here trying to do this.
I wish you could zoom. I could zoom in more somehow. Sorry.
Hold on. I think I'm doing it right.
We have to do another stream, Shem, you, myself, and Elkman, and all of you here. Indeed.
Elkman and I are going to do something tomorrow night.
Nice.
More than likely.
Okay. I could have sworn you could just type it in without even having this in here.
I'm surprised you can't just share the coordinates in the chat, or he can't just like copy and paste it into the chat or something on YouTube. That's weird to me. I don't really use Google Earth that much.
Let me see. Somebody was probably telling me what I'm doing wrong here. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. But Elkman wants to know if anyone knows what the Pyramid of Cape Pyramid is.
No, I definitely want to know, though.
I've never heard of it either, so.
How is it spelled?
Pyramid of Cape Pyramid, so just CAPE Pyramid.
Interesting.
Just type in Labyrinth Canyon. All right. I guess you can type in Labyrinth Canyon to find this monument, maybe.
Sorry, say that again. My volume's low.
Labyrinth Canyon.
Labyrinth Canyon. Got it.
Yeah, you see, we get copyright strikes if someone played YMCA now.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm just saying it. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. But if they did, I would. No, don't do it. Don't do it. No. Sorry, my Siri just was like, you wanted YMCA, I'll give it you.
Here, let me show you what I found.
Self-sabotaging.
I got the Wheel of Death on mine. I don't know if you can even hear me.
Yeah, we can hear.
And the only issue was the river doesn't look like much of anything, so it's hard to say, like, this doesn't look like a bend. Yeah. This is the Virgin River. There's this little...
Young man, there's a way to fill down a city, young man.
Just swing around Google Earth for the next hour. Nauseate everyone. Okay, wait, can I show you this one thing I just saw, though? This was weird.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Since I'm in here. That's all.
The famous pyramid houses? Is that what Mr.
No, it was like
Elkman-
really distinct, like triangle-like shaped mountain ridges. It's right over here because it was like right here. It looks a little different on Google Earth. Yeah, look, you can kind of see that.
Yeah, right. Look at that. That's total.
And it was
I
like over
suspect
here too.
all
Look
of
at
that.
this. Look at that. Look at that.
It's so Star
Where's it
40
at?
step pyramid-y.
It's called the Indian Hills Wash. Look at that.
Ooh.
Look at it. Are you looking?
Yeah, like that, straight up.
But you say wash, or they're just trying to insult the people, like, "Yo, Indians, wash."
Wash. No, it's in Washington State. They say worsh, like Washington.
Whoosh.
So
Yeah,
where
weird accents to the PNW.
where
my
is this
grandparents used to
located,
sound.
Sarah?
This is. See, look
Washington.
at that. Look at that. Look, it says called Iceberg Ridge, and Indian
Whoosh.
Hills Wash.
Sounds
I
pretty
think it's-
Russian, don't you think?
Or look at Million Hills Wash, and there's a lot of there's a lot of the red sandstone right here.
Yeah, that is the one. Seems to be one of the key factors. Or
Any overlanding
Evidences.
roads through here?
Oh my god, it's got spots.
Look at that.
like, right, like
There's a statue in this
He said,
shadow.
oh my
Just
god,
kidding.
that spot.
Look at that ridge line.
can is it able to put an in-person perspective there? Probably not.
Probably not. I bet this is restricted area. I don't see any road access as of right now. You'd have to float into this area, and then you could probably pull over somewhere.
I see a river. We could
It's the
canoe it.
Colorado. You can float on that, raft on it.
Definitely
This
going to want to
is-
bring a lot of people with you because they will kill you.
There'll be black helicopters everywhere. I'll be packing on that one.
I was watching something, I don't remember what it was, but they were bragging about how they will kill people for going in these areas that are off limits and just not think twice about it. It was something mainstream too. Can't remember what it was.
Wow. Really?
Really?
I don't see any signs of roads, like even old logging roads. You see washes. Those are all washes all through here. All this. I don't see roads at all. I mean, that's pretty heavy ridges too, so. But this, yeah, that's an old wash. Oh, no, there's a road in there.
Nice.
Right. I'm collapsing inwards.
Okay.
I'm falling it.
All right, brother. Much
This
love.
isn't keeping you awake? I don't understand.
Keep
No,
me.
I'm going. I'm taking Julia with me.
All right, I understand.
Have a
All
good
right,
night, guys.
brother. Thank
Lovely,
you for being
lovely to
here.
see you guys.
Much
Thank you,
love.
having
We
me.
will track
Bye bye.
or plan another one soon. Have a great sleep, Luke.
Yes,
And
you
yes,
too.
I
All of you. Thank
also-
you. Love you all.
love
Thank
you,
you.
brother.
I will now
Congrats.
wrap.
And he's gone. But I don't want to close this. I got to screenshot this.
Yeah, you want me to
It's just nuts.
zoom in?
All right, I'm gonna go too,
But yeah,
guys. It's been a
Thank
pleasure.
you all for being here.
It's an honor.
And I do also have
Nice.
to leave and get going. And Shem, you got to do your video. Sarah, thank you for joining. Julia, and
Yeah.
Shem,
We all got to get
And-
to work.
let's do this again very soon.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, appreciate
Thank
you.
for joining us. Much love.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Shout out, chat.
And one last thing I'm going to show before we all go is what I just found here in South Africa called Pyramid Mountain, which looks pretty similar to what Sarah was just showing, and that there seems to be a whole bunch of these things. And this is in South Africa, but the ones we were looking at was on the west side of the states, or yeah, I believe so, or Midwest. I'm not sure. All right. Anywho, love you all. Thank you for tuning in, And we will catch you all on the next one. Very soon.